a thoroughly seasoned cruiser reporting to you. All you ever wanted to know and some about 9-day NCL Mediterranean cruise. Athens to Athens aboard a breathtaking Norwegian Getaway. We will visit Athens, Kusadasi, Istanbul, Volos with stunning Meteora, monasteries, Mykonos, Rhodes, Crete, Santorini, and back to Athens, the original name Greek Isles Santorini Rhodes and Istanbul cruise. Get ready to hear about the ship itself, the ports of call, and amazing entertainment options on board. The video is split by port, so feel free to jump around. I especially recommend checking Istanbul and Volos. There are a lot of really good tips there. I will share how to organize your time in ports and whether or not to book excursions with NCL. I personally opt out of it, mostly not because of money per se, but rather because how much money they're actually charging. But seriously, sometimes you really want the freedom to explore on your own, and my tips might just give you that freedom. Norwegian Getaway offers an amazing luxurious experience for all passengers with a wide range of amenities including spa, fitness center, theater, comedy club, casino, nightclubs, and diverse dining options. The ship also offers a variety of activities and excursions to keep passengers entertained, ensuring memorable cruise experience. But here, I will also share with you the information about the ports, where to go, what to do, whether or not to book with NCL, so you could get a better experience while saving your money. So we arrived to Athens 2 days in advance. We stayed in Grand Hyatt and took a cab to a port. It turned out to be cheaper than a bus transfer offered by NCL. Yes, NCL offers bus transfers directly to the port. Unless you're traveling alone, it makes no sense to book it with NCL because for 2 passengers it is already cheaper to book a cab. And now all of the attention to Athens. Athens, a stunning capital of Greece, a bustling coastal city in the Mediterranean. It is the oldest and southernmost capital in Europe. With a population of over 3 million people, it is the 8th largest urban area in the EU. The city has a rich history dating back to 3,400 years. And it's known for its democracy, arts, education, and philosophy. There is certainly a lot to see, and city is very easy to navigate and easy to get around, especially because there are options of hop-on, hop-off buses here. It was named after Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war. It played a significant role in shaping European civilization, including ancient Rome. Today, Athens is a metropolis serving as a hub for various aspects of Greek life. It is a major global city and an economic center in southeastern Europe. The city's rich history is still visible through its ancient monuments, including the iconic Parthenon. Alongside these, Athens also boasts Roman, Byzantine, and few Ottoman monuments, showcasing its diverse historical influences. The city's core has remained intact over the centuries, preserving its rich history. Notably, Athens is proud to house 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, namely the Acropolis of Athens and the medieval Daphne Monastery. So there's certainly a lot to see and experience in Athens, and I really hope you would enjoy the city. Once you're done sightseeing, then it's the time to check in to the magnificent getaway. What I recommend always to do is to choose the earliest check-in time. That's usually between 9:30 and 11:30 depending on the port. That way you'll save the time and will get a 1 full day on board of the ship, which is a bonus in and out of itself. So we got a really nice balcony cabin that included 3 specialty dinings, which was really nice because we love specialty dinings. So those are slightly better dinings that you have as complimentary options. And that evening we went to see a magnificent show, Burn the Floor. aboard Kusadasi. We had a wonderful breakfast on the top deck. That's where the garden cafe is. And from here you can nicely observe us getting closer and closer to the port of Kusadasi, Turkey. Kusadasi is a city, a very popular tourist destination on the Aegean coast, known for sun, sea and relaxation. The name meaning bird island in Turkish comes from the bird-like shape of the island. The town has a rich history and has been home to various civilizations. It is lovely, very colorful. As you could see, there are beaches all over the place. You can easily walk to them. So technically you don't have to book anything with NCL if you don't want to see Ephesus. You could just step out of the boat and literally would be in the thick of it as far as Kusadasi is concerned. There's plenty to do in the city, plenty of coffee shops and restaurants. If you're into buying a silk carpet, that would be the place not to do it, even though there'll be plenty of opportunities, because most likely you won't get the best price unless you really understand what you're doing. Enjoying the video? Subscribe for more of such content. Ephesus is a historic city in western Turkey. It is a testament to the grandeur of the past. Once a thriving center of art, science, and religion, it offers visitors a captivating journey through time. And place truly is stunning. Probably the best ruins I've seen thus far. You cannot even call them ruins, you know, they're so magnificent, they don't even seem to be ruins-like. Of course, the key place here would be the Library of Celsus, the Great Theater, and the Temple of Artemis. The Library of Celsus, with its intricate facade, represents Ephesus' intellectual significance. It's a beautiful building, very, very well preserved, and probably the highlight of the whole experience. The Great Theater is quite impressive as well. It's one of the largest ancient theaters in the world, was a hub of performances, debates, contests, and capable of accommodating up to 25,000 spectators, so quite an impressive theater. Ephesus was a city of religious belief and scientific advancements. Housed famous Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the world, though only a few columns remain today, its historical and spiritual significance lingers, so you can sort of feel it in the air. Beyond religion, Ephesus, of course, was a center of intellectual pursuit, which we already witnessed with the library. So a few facts about the name, Ephesus. Legend has it that Ephesus was established by Prince Androclus, quite a name, in the 11th century BC. He sought guidance from Delphi oracles who prophesied that a boar and a fish would lead him to the new settlement that would be the best settlement of all, or something in the lines. While cooking fish jumped out and started a fire in the nearby bushes, from which a boar emerged. So this was the place where Ephesus was built. Another legend claims that Ephesus was founded by the Amazons, the city named after their queen, Ephasia. Returning to the boat, we were very, very excited to be back because it was our night for the specialty dining. We went to Le Bistrot. That's a French restaurant, which we absolutely love. That's our favorite place on board of Norwegian. Most of the Norwegian ships actually have Le Bistrot as a specialty dining, and I would highly recommend it. They serve really, really good French cuisine. Then we went to a concert, to our favorite pub, and enjoyed the rest of the evening just listening to music and checking out the shows as always. And the next day we were already in beautiful Istanbul. We woke up early, so we were able to enjoy slow breakfast, 2 drinks in the morning. Who cares? I'm on holiday, so we had a jacuzzi and a couple of drinks and very, very slow and very tasty breakfast. And we were ready to discover beautiful Istanbul. It is perfectly located right next to the old town, so you can actually literally walk to the first key sites, like this tower, for example. Even better part about it, the hop on hop off bus has actually Galapa port stop. So once you leave the port, you will find right there the stop a hop off hop on bus. You'll buy a ticket and you're good. You're good to go for the whole day. You can check out Istanbul. The whole route takes about an hour, just over an hour, depending on the traffic. The price of a ticket is around 30 USD for the entire day. That can be paid by credit card on the bus. Buses roughly go every 30 minutes, so it will take you to the old town in less than 30 minutes. The stop number 1 would be the stop you're after. That's where you would see Hagia Sophia and a lot of other sites that are in the old town. Here, it is a walking distance to Grand Bazar, a very, very famous marketplace in Istanbul. At first, I was super skeptical about the whole thing. Little did I know, I actually love the stuff that they sell there. Really good quality cashmere, wool, great coats, but remember, bargain like there's no tomorrow. So right from the get-go, split the price in half, or maybe divide it by 2.5, and go a little above that original price that you offer it and see what happens. Threaten to leave if they don't give you the price, and like you can always return, of course, if you feel like it's still the stuff that you want. A good rule of thumb, the good deal you would get if you roughly paid the half of the price of what was asked. Very, very rough rule of thumb. Do not eat anything in Grand Bazar. The food is not very good and really, really expensive. Finally, remember, it's a very busy city, so there is a lot of traffic. So aim to be back on the ship at least 2 hours before the departure. Never risk missing the boat. Istanbul is nice, but certainly it's not worth staying here for more than the 1 or 2 days that was given to you. So Istanbul is the largest city and the main seaport of Turkey, has a rich history. It has served as a capital for both Byzantine and Ottoman Empire, however, is not a capital of Turkey. Situated in a triangular peninsula between Europe and Asia, Istanbul has played various roles throughout its existence. It has acted as a bridge connecting different cultures and religions for generations, while also serving as a barrier during the times of conflict. For over 2,500 years, Istanbul has been a highly sought-after city, still is today. During the Byzantine Empire, Istanbul was known as Constantinople, was a center of power and wealth. The city was adorned with magnificent churches, palaces, and monuments showcasing the empire's grandeur. The Hagia Sophia in particular, of course, is a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture and still stands as a symbol of Istanbul's rich history. In 1453, the Ottoman Empire, led by Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror, captured Constantinople and transformed it into the capital of their empire. Under Ottoman rule, Istanbul flourished as cultural, political, and economic center. The empire sultans built stunning mosques, including Blue Mosque and many others. Enjoying this video? Subscribe for more content. Hagia Sophia, absolutely a must visit, arguably the most interesting building in Istanbul, originally built in 6th century by Emperor Justinian I. Hagia Sophia showcased the power and wealth of the Byzantine Empire. Originally was built, of course, as a Christian church. It became the center of religious life in Constantinople. In 1453, however, it was converted to the mosque by Ottoman Empire. In 1935, it became a museum to bridge the gap between Islamic heritage and circular aspirations. However, recently in July 2020, the Turkish government turned it back into a mosque, sparking international debate and controversy. And we are in the long-awaited port of Volos. Volos itself, there's absolutely nothing to see. What you're here for is the Meteora monasteries. These are breathtaking. Those you absolutely want to see. Sadly, I don't have any good tips here in terms of saving the money, because I actually booked with NCL myself, because it's more than 2 hours away. It's a 2-hour drive, but it is so worth it. It was the most expensive excursion that we bought, I believe, but it was absolutely worth it. So Meteora Monasteries is a true wonder of Greece. Just a few kilometers northwest of Kalabaka, in our case irrelevant because we're going to be in Volos, so for us it would be 2.5 hours or so. There are magnificent rock rises on which over the centuries many monasteries were built. So name Meteora translate in suspended in the air, which is very much perfectly captures the essence of this extraordinary Greek Orthodox monasteries. Visiting Meteora is a truly once-in-a-lifetime experience. Its awe-inspiring landscape and Byzantine monasteries perched atop steep cliffs. Well, even in the fairy tales, even if you're high on something, you won't be able to see something or imagine something this beautiful. Currently, there's 6 monasteries that are active, a small number of monks and nuns that are residing there. Since 1988, Meteora monasteries were recognized by UNESCO World Heritage as a World Heritage Site. These monasteries were built between 14th and 16th century, showcased the monks' ingenuity and determination in seeking solitude and spiritual enlightenment in remote locations. Well, this is very much as remote as it gets. The feeling there, the air, the environment are absolutely amazing. Really, just by being there, it feels like you've meditated for weeks. That kind of sense of peace and tranquility you get just by being there. Each monastery has its own unique style and history. Depending on the excursion that you get, you normally visit 2 or 3. You cannot visit all of them because generally not all of them are open at the same time. So that's also the reason why you really want to do it when you're on a cruise, because they know which ones are open. Just going there on your own, you might not even be able to see anything. You might not even be able to enter them. Our tour was amazing. We were very happy, and it also included lunch and obviously return to the boat without fearing missing it. The long-awaited port. We arrived there a bit later than to the other ports, so we had time for slow breakfast. I spent some time by the pool, and that's where we had the breakfast. And then we took a small boat to Mykonos itself. Mykonos is simply stunning. With around 10,000 inhabitants, Mykonos is home to a vibrant town of Kora, and that's exactly where you are. Again, here you don't need to book anything with NCL. It's extremely straightforward. If you just want to spend time in Mykonos, and that's what you're seeing right now, you get a small boat that you order a day in advance with a reception. It's usually free. It gets you right there. You can walk around Mykonos and see everything by yourself. It's all a walking distance away. However, if you want to see a stunning Delos, again, you don't have to book anything with NCL because there are local providers right there. As you step out of the boat, you will see the local tourist agents that would be selling you trips to Delos. And about Delos, I will tell you more in just a moment. So Kora is known for narrow streets, whitewashed buildings, and windmills. It attracts visitors from all over the world. Island is nicknamed as the Island of the Winds, naturally because it is fairly windy here. Strolling through Kora is a delightful experience with many vibrant blooming flowers. The town's layout is intentionally designed to captivate visitors with surprise on every turn. Kora is also home to historical landmark and cultural sites such as windmills. The island itself has rich history, has been inhabited since the ancient times, and served as trading and transit hub, especially for the nearby island of Delos. Speaking of Delos, Delos is a captivating Greek island that is just short a boat ride away from Mykonos. Absolute must-see for anyone who wants to understand a little bit more about the history of Greece. It is UNESCO World Heritage Site. and on one of the Greece's most significant archaeological sites, renowned for its well-preserved ruins and fascinating history. Delos was once a religious and commercial center of ancient Greece. As you wander through the ruins, you will encounter impressive structures and monuments that narrate the Delos past. The Terrace of the Lions, the row of iconic marble lion statues, stand there as a symbol of Ireland's former grandeur and were there for protection purposes. The House of Dionysus, adorned with stunning mosaics, provide a glimpse into lavish lifestyle of ancient inhabitants. The Temple of Apollo, dedicated to Greek god of music and prophecy, is a majestic site that highlights the island's religious significance. So this is actually the boat that took us to Delos. It was perfectly proper boat, perfectly safe. It took us there, and they gave us 3 or 4 hours, and then in the time that we agreed on, we had to go back, and then the boat took us back to Mykonos. Extremely easy. For more useful tips on how to make the most out of your cruise experience, check out my top 10 tips for cruising. It will be down in the description and here on the screen. And just to be sure that you understood everything, so let's take a look here. Right now we have sort of a view from afar. So the boat with NCL will take you roughly here. And this is Kora, like this is the main point. You could see right there the windmills. Very picturesque site, certainly worth walking there. That's roughly 15 minutes walk. And right there you could buy tickets to Delos. It's that simple. Coming back to the boat, tired but super happy. It was a lovely day as always. I love cruising for that. Everything is organized for you. You can do so much more than you would have ever been able to do on your own and have so many more experiences. That is really, it beats many other types of travel for me. So we went to jacuzzi and decided to warm up because, as you remember, Mykonos is the windy island, and it is in fact really windy there. Then we went to a wonderful dinner and back to that pub with the band that we absolutely loved. And the next day we were in Rhodes, which was wonderful. Had a slow breakfast and a much better cup of coffee and a cake in Rhodes itself, ready to explore the island. We are in Rhodes, a wonderfully beautiful island in Greece. Here you don't need to book anything with NCL. The old town is literally 15 minutes a walk away from the port, so feel free to do everything on your own. It's very easy to navigate. There's an old town, there are a couple of things to see, but they're all right there. I'll tell you a lot more in just a moment. So Rhodes is the main city on the island of Rhodes, is a captivating place in southeastern Greece. It was once a thriving maritime city and a trading hub known as Colossus of Rhodes. Today Rhodes continues to impress with its Gothic and Ottoman architecture, especially the medieval Old Town, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Rhodes offers vibrant atmosphere of bustling markets, charming cafes, and very lively nightlife. Today, Rhodes continues to captivate visitors with its rich history and architectural wonders. And of course, Castello. Castello is known as the Palace of Grand Master of the Knights of Rhodes, is a medieval castle in Rhodes. Built in 14th century, it served as a stronghold and residence for the Grand Master. The castle showcases Gothic architecture with stone walls, turrets, and intricate details. Inside, visitors can explore lavish halls filled with historical artifacts and opulent furnishings. The Great Hall in particular is very, very pretty. That evening we went to Le Bistrot French restaurant as our specialty dining choice. It always has been our top choice. We love this restaurant, a great menu with a lot of fantastic options. So if you're into French cuisine, that certainly should be the choice for you as well. Then we had a drink. And then we spent the night at Sid Norman's Poorhouse. That's a pub, a must-do on board of Norwegian Getaway. Not for the drinks, but for the shows. The shows there are absolutely incredible. The band there is hands down one of the best bands I've ever seen. Each night offers a unique performance, so I suggest getting there early, maybe 30 minutes before opening, just to get in. It's that popular. We're in Crete. Crete is Greece's largest, most populated island. Historically, Crete, of course, was the center of Europe's first advanced civilization, the Minoans, from 2700 to 1420 BC. It was later conquered by Mycenaean civilization from mainland Greece. Overall, the Minoan civilization thrived here from 3000 to 1100 BCE. It was named after Minos, a ruler that is mentioned in Greek legends. The Minoans reached their peak around 1600 BCE. They were known for their impressive cities, trade, and the use of writing. Their art featured intricate pottery and stunning frescoes depicting circular and religious scenes. The particularly common motifs were of the snake and the bull. The bull leaping had religious significance. Minoan civilization also influenced the later Mycenaean culture that emerged around 1500 BCE. Throughout its history, Crete has been ruled by various powers, including Rome, Byzantine empires, Arabs, Venetians, Ottomans, you name them, they've probably been there. In 1898, Crete gained independence from Ottomans and officially became part of Greece in December 1913. In between that time period, Crete was an independent country of its own. The island is predominantly mountainous, with prominent mountain range stretching from west to east, making it a very, very beautiful place for both beach holidays and hiking. In this particular case, we booked the excursions with NCL because I was concerned of not being able to make it there, as I really wanted to see the remnants of Minoan civilization, so we didn't risk it. The evening was spent with a great dinner and a show. And we are in Santorini, probably a long-awaited port for many of you. For me, certainly it was. Santorini is known as Thera, classic Greek Thera, stunning island in the southern Aegean Sea. It is the largest island in the small circular archipelago formed from a caldera. Santorini is famous for the Minoan eruption, one of the biggest volcanic eruptions in history. Today it is the most active volcanic center in the South Aegean. The name Santorini was given in the 13th century and was derived from the name of an old church. But the most interesting place here would be Oya. Oya, also known as Ya, a charming village in Greece's South Aegean region. Again, here you don't need to book anything with NCL, as once you step out of the boat, you would be provided with plenty of offers by local tourist agents to go to Oya. You would take a boat and then they would give you 3 or 4 hours in Oya, and then you can take a bus back and then cable car down. It's actually really, really simple, and it would cost you the fraction of the price of what NCL would charge you. So I've done it twice and it was perfectly fine. Oya exudes timeless charm. Perched on a cliff, offers stunning views on the Aegean Sea and neighboring volcanic islands. Famous for its mesmerizing sunsets, certainly worth seeing. I had coffee and a cake and had an amazing view, and I spent 40 minutes there just sitting there marveling at the sun and the view. Oya is famous for its traditional architecture that seamlessly blends in the natural surroundings, predominantly white and blue colors. The village is a haven for art lovers and galleries showcasing local art. Oya also boasts a vibrant culinary scene with numerous restaurants serving delicious Greek cuisine. Adventure seekers, and if you have time, if you want to stay in Oya longer, of course there are hiking trails and boat trips and whatnot. For the time that you have of a few hours, at least you can really experience the feel of the place within the village itself. That evening was very exciting for us because we finally did our second specialty dining in Ocean Blue, Deck 8. That is one of the 3 specialty dinings that we did. When you had a balcony cabin, you're given 3 specialty dinings. So this one was in a delightful seafood restaurant. Ocean Blue truly gives you an experience of luxury dining at a high-end restaurant. Food is exceptional, service is impeccable, and they're very knowledgeable waiters who are well versed in their selection of wines, who will be able to pair best wines for you for every dish. We really enjoyed the experience. And then we went to a bar. I had a chocolate martini, which was lovely, and we spent the rest of the evening on our own balcony marveling the sunset. The next day we were back in Athens. Again, we simply took a cab. We left the port, took a cab all the way to the airport this time. And again, it was much cheaper than the transfer that NCL has offered. If you're traveling alone though, it might make sense to just travel with them via bus because it's roughly the same just on the taxi fare. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the information was helpful. If you want more tips, check out my other videos about cruising. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to put the like, and see you soon.